O mainstay for me and saves me on any season. As somebody who uses Leon, yeah, I'm not surprised. Leon's
I
friggin'
don't argue.
ridiculous.
Yeah, this is literally what I do, except I run a different smoke.
What? Okay, you use bracing stance?
Uh-huh.
Wow. I run
Guard
TA.
is key. Guard is what keeps Lyon alive against Bramimon, not TA.
Well,
And
actually, I
others,
survive against Brahmon either way, but I use TA. Alright, well, that said, yeah, if you can 4 bracing stance, absolutely take it. I run TA because I'm a cheapskate, and I know all about how good Leon is. Absolutely run QR on him, it's very important. You running Res Smoke makes a lot of sense as well, but I think Res Smoke makes more sense on TA because that gives you a chance to one-shot, no?
Yeah, I mean, even with this, if you're not running plus attack, I guess it makes sense. But especially if you just want him to live, which the Res Boon leads me to believe, attack smoke is just better.
Yeah, that's what I was
At that point, the more Lyon can tank, the better, is the way I look at it.
Yep.
I don't usually use him to kill. I usually maybe I'll use QR for a soul proc. But I will not use him specifically for killing. I use him so that nobody gets past him and he super tanks the team.
Yep.
That's the way I use him. And it works.
Leon's good,
This,
guys.
with
Leon's
racing,
really good.
it works.
Yeah. Alright, so yeah, I respect this. I know all about it. I love my Leon personally as well. what am I supposed to review here? Okay, a plus 10 Julia has nothing to show because she's just perfect. That's basically all I gotta say to you. Why is she perfect? Dark Scripture, attack res -6. So long as they're not effective against dragons, they're basically screwed because she'll always double. Attack res -6 also means she's hitting 74, 80 damage, 82, and you can't have any buffs. 82 damage times 2. Her speed doesn't matter. Her defense also jacks up because it's 5 plus 6 plus 6. So that is 17. 40 defense. Wait, did I do that? 5, 7, 6, 13, 19. 42 defense. Again, they can't be buffing. And 46 res. And if you attack her up close, she counterattacks. There's nothing to talk about here because Julia is just this ultimate, like, she's really well min-maxed. She can now double because of her tome. You cannot buff yourself at all because of light and dark. And with close full, she has the defense and res to make her incredibly stupidly hard to kill. Yeah, her res is even more monstrous because it's essentially 54 res. And once the attack smoke drops off, you have no chance of just killing her. Ridiculous hero. Congratulations on plus 10ing her, but this isn't a hero review because there's nothing to review here. She's just perfect. Well, yeah. No, this is perfect. By the way, this is how you kill Hector's and tell Hector's how much he sucks. By the way, Hector doesn't suck.
Well, besides the fact that you won't double.
Wait.
Well, see, here's the thing. My Hector has 28 base speed. This only has 29.
So that's the other thing I noticed about Hector's, but
like my Brave Hector has 25 base speed. It's actually 29 with Mythic.
So the reason why I point that out is because she has attack speed so low, because I thought that was supposed to be the idea. You check the Hector's speed with once Anchor Axe and the Wary cancel each other out. It becomes a speed check, and then Veronica will win it because of attack speed so low. That's what I thought.
It can.
Why does your Hector have so much speed?
Because he's +5.
+5, and what's his boon?
Defense.
Oh, okay. What? Okay, huh.
Yeah. Now, his speed can get to the point where it's not going to get doubled by this.
Okay. So I'm going to say it depends on your other heroes, because if you can get her any amount of speed, she should be able to double. Because this is the idea of... Huh?
It also depends on the Hector.
Wait, what if the...
My Hector is +5. Some aren't. Some are also +10, but some might even be +0 or +1. Depends on the situation.
What the heck? Okay, I'm going to give Jazel the benefit of the doubt, because I think this is supposed to be killing Hectors.
Yeah, no. Again, heavily depending on the Hector, this kills. It just depends on how much speed he's stacking.
Right. Which seems silly, chat, but yeah. I noticed that about Hectors when I was using my Alphonse. Because Alphonse prevents a double, and Hector can actually outspeed him enough to double on him. But it's a good thing I have Triandro, so it's alright. But I noticed that. That was a weird interaction.
Yeah. No, it's the battle of the slow. It doesn't matter. Well, the speed meta applies throughout. Even if you're slow, sometimes it's better to just be a little faster.
Yep. That's
But
so funny. Yep.
I mean, with the dragon flowers, this actually does get a little better because you get
Oh
2 more
yeah,
speed.
get your dragon flowers. You need every bit of it. But with that said, it's a really good build because Gate Anchor Axe will drop their defense by 5. Heavy Blade, Wall Attack Defense, Attack Speed Soul. So 3, 6, 5. That is 14, and another 5 here, 19 damage. 82? What the heck?
If you don't hit Heavy Blade, I am afraid of the unit you're fighting. I'll put it that way.
Okay, well that's true. So I do expect Heavy Blade to work because of the Wall Attack defense. But yeah, quite scary. 29 speed, and your defense and res goes up quite high. 45, 48 with the Wall Attack defense, and then your res is 38. So yeah, it's all around. And Fatal Smoke takes away the healing, which cuts down a lot of these like sweeping heroes.
Yeah, especially again Hector.
Yep.
Unless it's the miracle build. But yeah, no. If your explicit purpose is to counter Hector, and also still be a good unit because this is just a good unit, then you have everything you could ask for.
This is actually ridiculous, and you should feel bad because you're a terrible person for doing this. You only had 2 possible choices, whether to go sturdy impact or close floor or close counter. In other words, are you going to make him a striker or a counter attacker? Which, by the way, the counter attacker build still makes him a striker because he's so stupidly good. But with that said, yeah, you chose sturdy impact, which makes sense. Increases his defense by 10. Baiting him is now so stupidly difficult to, like, you can't kill him when you bait him.
I don't want to fight this ever.
Yep.
Ever.
Because chat, Fallen Star triggers, so you got 80% damage reduction. Sturdy impact triggers, fail not triggers, so you have another 15 defense as well. You're not going down. You're going to be fine. Now, chat might be like, oh, well, what's the point of extra defense if you have 80% damage reduction? 80% damage reduction, while it'll keep you alive, definitely, is not 100%. You could still die next turn. Like, if they hit him twice, for example, you can still die. But, yeah.
Yeah, the defense doesn't matter. It's the impact effect. The fact that Claude can't get doubled by anything is just, well, besides other null follow-up users that happen to have the speed to beat him,
Yep.
is brutal.
Yep.
Like, you literally are at a point where if you want an enemy faces Claude and double him, you have to run null follow-up somewhere, and you have to be fast enough to get past 51, 55 speed.
Yep, which is really hard. Which, by the way, it's
Yeah.
55 speed at +1. No flowers. Screw that.
Nope. Yeah,
Okay.
no, and this is by the Iotes, not even like an actually speed-based seal.
Yeah. So Iotes is very solid. It's really hard to argue Iotes on like any flyer, to be honest. But yeah, it just solidifies everything.
Yeah. No. Great Claude. This is the kind of Claude I'm actually already seeing, and it's absolutely terrifying.
Oh.
And nice pulls, by the way. Great
Nice pulls.
Great IV.
Yep. Hope you're doing great. This build, this unit is the best idea I've ever had. The only sad part is the impact skills that don't work on this unit. Wait, what?
What?
Oh, wait, I'm looking at Sculpture. Ah, sorry, I clicked the wrong one. This baby has gotten me through so many AR defense wins on both seasons I refuse to remove her from a defense. People in AR don't pay attention to skills. Yeah. Also, people don't even remember what she does because nobody uses her, which is unfortunate because she's great. Obsessive Curse against Cav foes inflicts speed, res -5 on foes within 2 spaces during combat. After combat, if you attack, deals 7 damage to target and foes within 2 spaces of target, and inflicts stats on those foes, preventing counterattacks through the next actions. Does that seem familiar? If you guys have ever fought Kempf and thought like Kempf was kind of ridiculous, that's the same kind of idea right there. 7 damage and the ability to do a non-counterattack. Except, well, she's ranged. And this catches people off guard all the time. It might even be better for some people to have Rhajat over Kempf. Just because, for example, for me, I can't fight Vectors. But Rhajat can. With sturdy impact, she definitely can. Alright, well, that said, 40 plus 10 plus 15, 43 HP, 56 attack, 44 speed, 28 defense, 31 res. Obsessive Curse also does speed res -5, so she hits harder and she has more speed. This is such a really clean, refined. It really made Rhajat into a really good Ether Raid's defense hero. The only problem is, of course, is good luck pulling one. Well, actually, now she's a lot more viable. Wait, was she in the pool or not?
Rhajat was a Book 2 unit that got snapped, so she was in the weekly revival cycle, and her focus week has already come and passed. Now, though, she will be able to show up on that 4-star special.
Okay. So chat, if you pull 2 Rhajats, consider putting her in your Ether Raid's defense team. She is that good. She's basically, if you run her and Kemp together, that's so ridiculous. Just no counterattack for anybody. But yeah, very good unit. Aside from that, Straight Impact puts it together perfectly. The extra 10 defense helps keep her alive, 38 defense, and an extra 6 attack along the 5 is 11, hits her 67, 70 attack, and her speed is essentially 49, 52. So you have the speed, you have the damage, you have the defense, and they can only hit you one time, as well as a double Savage Blow with Obsessive Curse, aka 21 damage to nearby allies, and 7 to the ally you hit. To nearby enemies. Whoopsies. She doesn't hurt your allies. Anyways, yeah, I wouldn't change anything. This is basically how I would build her if I had the opportunity to. Impact is the best possible thing to put on her. Oh boy. Impact would help Seliph a lot because they can't counterattack him twice. Oh man. Here's the thing. I now have a +10 Seliph as well because of staying in.
Because of this past arena season.
Yeah, I decided it was worth it. And because I think Seliph is going to be used in my Aether Race defense team. Because once I switch over to New Year Alphonse, I need Seliph to give an infantry pulse to him. So I can't do it on Dothis. Yeah.
Oh.
So, I was also considering giving him Sturdy Impact. Because it's so good on him. So chat, if you didn't know,
Wait.
Divine Tire...
Joint Hone Defense. Did you kill a legendary Seliph for base Seliph?
Okay, that
could also be Foresight.
Oh yeah.
But I love the image of Seliph eating his future self to gain his power.
Okay. Alright, but yeah.
It's almost like that joke out of 8-Bit Theater. We stole our promotion from our future selves.
I hope it's Forsyth. Alright, so for me personally, Law Attack defense is perfect on him. But if you don't have yourself in your front line, I would run Wings of Mercy on him. Not only is it cheaper, but it allows him to enter the battle way easier. But it's up to you. So for me, I'm going to do Wings of Mercy because he's a
dead Dimitri.
A backline Seliph. Death Blow 4 is really good, but I'm going to be a lot cheaper and run Death Blow 3. But if I could have the ability to, yes, 100% I would run Sturdy Impact. With Impact, he's actually complete because it's so hard to kill this guy, right? Divine Tyrfing, if your foe uses magic, reduces damage from magic foe's first attack by 50%. So if he only gets hit one time, yeah, magic's not doing much if he's attacking, of course. Also, if it's defensively and up close, even if it's a Vector or something, they don't one-shot him because he gets attack defense +5 to unit during combat, another attack defense +5 at the start of combat, so for a total of 10 extra attack and 10 extra defense. If you also had Impact, he's now at 60 defense, 50 defense, and you have 51 HP. And more, because, you got blessings. I don't know what your team is, so I can't say the specifics. But that's the point. He's so stupidly difficult to deal with in those situations. But that's only if you want to commit to it. Oh, yeah, it's up to you. Reshi. Is this really necessary, Reshi? It makes Joker's, by the way, as somebody who uses a solo skill, uses solo skill on Xane, I can tell you, I quickly gave up on it, and I used speed res solo. I was just like, well, I can't put core near enough to make this work very well, so I gave up, and I went back.
I mean, yeah, I don't even use Xane, I'll be honest, but...
You have Xane, right?
I do.
What happened? I thought you were excited about him.
I use him in Arena Assault. I have better Aether Raids carries.
I still use him in Aether Raids once in a while because I gave him the vault, but yeah.
Well, here's the thing, I have Hector.
Okay.
There's not much Xane can do over Hector.
Okay, well, you're a bad person. Anyways, also Disrupt, Panic Smoke, and Mirror Stance. If you're going to run one solo, might as well run two. So I'm not sure. I guess you're going to wait for attack res solo, but that's an inevitability. Once it's there, you'll just use that. But I would
probably just stick to attack def solo, though.
Yeah, I just use attack def solo or attack speed solo, actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I would do.
Double out on the solos, I would say. I don't know why I gave him 2 Dragon Flowers, but...
yeah, that second flower does nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe you fat-fingered it.
Maybe
he fat-fingered it.
Maybe.
Hey, Genesis. Yep.
Yeah. Hey there. Yeah, until we get to +10 Dragon Flowers, that's pointless. But, I don't use Xane enough to know how bad solos are on him, but it works. It works out decently, I think.
I use Xane a lot because people like Vic told me I would stop using him after a week, and I want to stick it to Vic, so I've been using.
Yeah, unfortunately, I fell into that category for the most part, but still a very fun unit to use. I will never argue that.
Yeah, he's interesting, definitely.
Yeah, but definitely some problems. That said, I think this still works. Nulsi in particular is fantastic because there's so many Dazzle healers.
But that's the issue. Null C, the Dazzle healers, if it's a Cav line team, you're completely screwed because you can't deploy correctly with the solo skill line.
Yeah, I mean, you can... Yeah.
That's the reason why I stopped using solos, because I realized a lot of situations where I need him to perform correctly, I just have no room to perform so.
Yeah, the more I think, stances are just generally better. Like, Bracing 3 even. I know that Bracing 3 is on Milla, but wouldn't it just be better most of the time? Especially considering the initiation bulk is largely unnecessary.
Yep. So yeah, it's up to you, but personally, I would make a change there. Of course, his base A slot is actually not bad. If all you're looking for is attack and res, and you're sticking by near allies. Who's your partner, by the way? Because for me, it's Corrin, and Corrin is waiting for his no, he's waiting for his resplendent, and he'll be perfect at that point. But even without it, he's been performing adequately well. Yeah.
I'll be honest, still haven't invested in Corrin. I haven't.
Okay, that's it.
I know. I make some weird decisions, but it's gonna be a while before I do.
All right.
That said, I feel like it's his best partner for Xane.
It is.
It's run Corrin easily.
All right.
I will say one thing though.
Okay.
If you're not gonna run close counter, one thing you could try doing is a near save. If you feel like your Zane's gonna super tank, have a near save nearby him so that he can't get hit in melee range, but he's also getting the ridiculous stats of that near save unit.
Okay, that's actually the smartest thing I've ever heard. Yes, do that instead. That would be immaculate. For me, I run close counter, and I expect Xane to be the main carry, but if you have a save hero next to him, yeah, he would take their defensive stats and still, and instead you can focus him on ranged battles instead. Remember, if it's anything that's like up close, your save skill takes it, but if it's anything from afar, save skill does nothing, and therefore Xane fights instead. So it's actually works out really well. I think a lot of people lose their minds thinking they need 2 save heroes. The reality is you only need 1. Just have the other hero focus on everything else.
Yep. Don't get me wrong. I do actually run double save, and it comes in handy because sometimes you want your entire team to be unable to get hit by anything but those 2 units. But if you're just going to have 2 carries doing everything and everybody else can't get hit, ranged unit and a save unit, or the other way around. That's the way I would look at it.
Yep.
And this is one of those cases.